UFC President Dana White says he'll press Khabib Nurmagomedov to fight again, and he likes the Conor McGregor rematch. Do you think Dana White is looking past Dustin Poirier at UFC 257?
And one of the things, of course, that you're going to have your focus on is Khabib. And I'm sure that you're not going to sit here and tell us exactly how the meeting's going to go or what you're going to say to him.
I don't know how the meeting's going to go. I'm obviously meeting with him because I believe that he should fight again. I mean, look at what he did to Justin Gaethje, right? Look at what he's done to every opponent he has faced. I think he's got, like when I wanted Cormier to stay. Still think they're the best in the world. And then there's always the argument, well, it's never a bad thing to go out on top. And when you talk about money, I mean, Khabib has money beyond belief. This guy doesn't ever have to work again. And he still has the ability to do things to make unbelievable money. He's in a very unique position as a fighter. So yeah. I don't even know if I just answered your question. I don't even remember what the question was.
You have no idea how the meeting's going to go.
I have no idea. But I think he should fight again, and I'm going to press him as hard as I can for one more.
What is sort of like the backdrop to this meeting? Like, what have you guys talked about, I guess, between October and now? Like, what have you guys discussed?
So the only time we talked was when I was flying home on the plane from Fight Island after his last fight.
That was it?
Yeah. The night of the fight we talked, but then since then, it was all in text. So our first face-to-face real sit-down that isn't on a phone will be in Fight Island. We'll be face-to-face, and I will have an answer for you guys that night.
Do you know what day?
Do I know what?
Do you know what day it's happening?
I don't know what day it is.
Meet over dinner, or
yeah, I don't know what we'll do yet. I don't know how it'll play out, but we'll keep it simple.
How much talking to Khabib and, not like pushing him towards fighting again, but just expressing that you would love to see it, how much of that is you as a promoter, and how much of it is you as a fight fan?
Both. Listen, as a promoter, you always want the best guys in the world, but at the same time, as a promoter, when a guy wants to retire, he probably should. If that's even crossing your mind or thinking, the difference with a guy like Khabib is he's been through so much, and losing his dad was such a major blow to him, something that they did together, yet his dad wanted him to hit 30-0. But as a fight fan, I want Khabib to fight 10 more.
Yeah. You've said, you kind of made it clear that if he does come back for only one more and he goes for that 30-0 that his father wanted him to, I think most people are aware that you think Conor is the right one, right? Is that's fair to say?
The right opponent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why do you think that is?
Listen, no matter what you think of Conor personally, Conor McGregor is not only one of the best in the world, one of the best to ever do it. And right now, he's as focused as he's ever been. I don't know if this is going to be the same Conor after the Poirier fight. Like you said, Conor goes like this. But if this Conor sticks around for the next year, how do you not do Khabib versus Conor again, right? Division stacked with tough guys. You feel that and the reality is if Khabib does retire, then whoever the highest ranked guy is at the time will end up facing Conor if Conor beats Poirier. So, and would fight for the title, I'm sure.
Although Francis Ngannou's next fight will be against Stipe Miocic, he can't help but wonder how a potential fight against Jon Jones would go. Speaking to MMA Fighting, Ngannou broke down how he believes a matchup with Jon Jones would go down. I think I match up pretty well with Jon Jones. He's gaining weight now. He seems really big and strong, but I think I match up pretty good. He has some good skills that can match my power. It's going to be different, Ngannou said. The UFC's former interim lightweight title holder, Tony Ferguson, had suggested on social media that Khabib Nurmagomedov has a padded mixed martial arts record. Michael Bisping responded to Tony Ferguson's argument during his Believe You Me podcast.
Just, what's the word I'm looking for? Elaborating on what you said. Just look up the record, the professional boxing record of, I don't know what it's like, Floyd Mayweather. Let's go with that. Okay. He's considered the best ever, like Khabib's considered the best ever. So compare his. Sorry, Lewis, one sec, because I guarantee it's like you, Lewis, when you started doing comedy, You know, you were doing it in some shithole or some basement or some kitchen or maybe some cafe, like on New Year's Eve or wherever you are. The point I'm making is you build to that. When I started in the UFC, professional MMA, the guy I fought wasn't very good. You build your way up to it and you fight the best guys when you get, to that level. You shouldn't be fighting good guys at that time.
And also, I would completely I would follow the logic and go, okay, that's a point. That's interesting. I guess his undefeated record doesn't seem as, crazy. If he didn't absolutely destroy everybody put in front of him, the highest level of UFC fighters. I mean, he's looked untouchable. So yeah, I guess if he was sort of on the brink and you could sort of bring that up, but no, he won the title and beat everybody that's been put in front of him.
Yeah. And then since he got to the UFC, continued to be undefeated. I mean, I love Tony, but there's no logic in the argument there. Okay, great. Didn't fight the best people prior to the UFC. All right, well, fair enough. You have whatever feelings you want of that. When he got to the UFC, he remained undefeated. He fought excellent competition. He beat Poirier, McGregor, Gagey. There's so many people. I can't think of them all off the top of my head. And he beat them all. So what he did before the UFC shouldn't even matter.
Yeah, it's just sort of like, it's just a non-point, but like, okay, what's your point? I don't really get it. Yeah, he should fight a guy that's 0-0 when he was 0-0. When he was 1-0, maybe a guy that's 0-0 or 1-0 or 0-1 also still kind of makes sense. It's just his first 10 fights, and then he starts to fight, guys with more experience. It's also that part of the world, when he was coming up, I know now every other fighter now is named Kamzat Badigabov or, Ali Babablibabov. We got a lot of fighters from that part of the world right now. But I think at that time, it was still developing. I don't know how legal MMA was at that time. I don't know sort of how organized it was. I'm sure it wasn't easy for him to find high quality opponents, and he fought whoever was put in front of him. He was trying to make a name for himself.
Jake Paul trashes professional boxer Dylan Moran, which is Conor McGregor's sparring partner for his upcoming bout against Dustin Poirier.
Conor McGregor has a fight coming up against Dustin Poirier, the guy who he already beat in one round. Conor's taking easy fights, but he's been sparring in Ireland, and someone tweeted him asking about his recent sparring sessions, and this is what Conor tweeted. Damn, okay, so Conor's been boxing, going against some phenomenal, exciting Irish talent. Damn, this kid must be really good, because Conor's a good boxer, right? And then we look this kid up. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the big, bad, exciting Irish talent, Dylan Moran, the kid that Conor McGregor's sparring against. So that's the guy. That's the guy that's making Conor bleed and giving him close rounds, who is a phenomenal, exciting Irish talent. There's a $50 million offer on the table. I think at this point, Conor's just scared to lose because he knows I'm a better boxer than that.
Jake, I just watched your interview. You are one thick, ignorant fool. I don't even know what to say about you. You're an absolute disgrace to yourself, America. The best thing that happened over that way was Donald Trump. I hope he gets back into power and builds an even bigger wall and puts all your clowns behind it. Now, Jake, the last few weeks we watched you online disrespecting fighters, good people, asking for fights, shouting offers. This is my offer to you. I come to America today, tomorrow, or any other day. Me and you go to the legendary Floyd Mayweather's gym and we get in the ring, doghouse rules, and let's see how that works out for you. I will rip your head off, Jake. We are not the same. You make videos for a living. I fight. Now, Jake, you've put it out there and everybody wants to see it. So we're all waiting on your reply. And one more thing, Jake. Does it look like I'm in Dublin sparring? You thick fuck.